What's up, squad, and welcome to episode 9 of X Marks the Spot, your dedicated Xbox podcast here at youtube.com/InstallationX. I'm your host, your captain, your one-man band, Sykes, and I hope that whoever you are, wherever you are, and whatever you may be doing, you are safe and well. Don't forget, if you enjoy this video podcast, please make sure you leave a like, you head over to InstallationX and subscribe, and you hit that bell for notifications of future uploads to support the channel on the road to 1,000 subs. We're getting there. We're not far away now, which is really good. So thank you for all your support so far. If you want to get involved in the show, then please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. You can also send me your questions via email to xmarksthespotpodcast@gmail.com or tweet me at _installation_x with the best questions to be added on the show. And don't forget, you can use calling all crewmates. A reminder, if you are in need of some crewmates to aid you in your gaming experiences, then you can send me your gamer tag and a description of the games you play and the people you're looking for to xmarksthespotpodcast@gmail.com, and I'll read them out at the start of the show. I hope you're well, guys. I hope you're doing okay. I know some people are starting to get their lockdown restrictions eased up now, which has been nice, but be sensible. And the weather's actually quite good here in the UK at the moment, which is rather nice. A quick update. I know some people, well, if you are a regular watcher, if any of them are out there, you will know that I didn't upload an episode last weekend, and that was for reasons to do with the current affairs and events that are going on around the world. I didn't think it was really appropriate to carry on with business as usual last week with everything that was going on. So I decided to take the time, and instead of putting it towards the channel and uploading stuff and editing, I decided to go away and reflect and educate myself on some of the racism issues that are going on, or anti-racism issues that are going on at the moment. And it's good. I'm learning a lot. It puts things into perspective a little bit better. So we're back to business as usual, but don't think that I've just ignored it for the last week or so. I'm going to be very active in what I'm reading and writing from this point on. But that was the reason why there was no upload last week. And I've tried to cram up a lot this weekend, which is why this podcast is a little bit delayed again. I know I will get back to Saturdays, I promise. But we had the Blighted ship set video for Sea of Thieves that went live on Friday or Thursday? Friday, I believe it was. So that's there if people are interested on how to get that. That's over. That event is done on the 16th of June, though, so you need to be quick on that. And I also put up a video of what Microsoft can learn from the PS5 event, which happened on Thursday. Very, very, very strong event from Sony and PlayStation. So I just tried to give my thoughts on what I thought Microsoft could learn from that showcase and how they could potentially implement a few things leading into July, which we all knew it was going to be big, but it's probably a lot bigger than I was necessarily intending now. There's a lot riding on that showcase, so I'm very, very intrigued about where Microsoft are going to go with that. So looks good. Waiting for it with anticipation and excitement. We will get straight into the Xbox treasure chest of news for this week. There are 3 items in the treasure chest this week, and the first one is a biggie, or potentially a biggie. Number 1, Warner Bros. Interactive is reportedly up for sale for, hold your breath, $4 billion. So should Microsoft make a move, this comes via Nintendo Live, but various outlets have covered it because it's become a rather big news item this week. According to a report from CNBC, AT&T wants to sell its Warner Bros. Gaming division for about $4 billion to pay off a huge debt believed to be valued at almost $200 billion. How do you get $200 billion of debt? That is insane. The interested buyers at the moment supposedly include Take-Two Interactive, Electronic Arts, EA, and Activision Blizzard. This would be a huge sale, so obviously not every company will be lining up. Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment owns and operates studios like TT Games, which is in charge of the LEGO series, Rocksteady, which is in charge of the Batman Arkham series, NetherRealm, Mortal Kombat, and Fifth Cell, which is Scribblenauts. Any sale that would be approved would not necessarily give rights to IP like Batman and Harry Potter. Instead, there would likely be a commercial licensing agreement to ensure AT&T continues to earn revenue. 2 sources have told GamesBeat that the report is correct in terms of the division being up for sale, but according to CNBC, no deal is assured or imminent. And we will get updated as time goes on. This is massive. Now, if you want a kind of general ballpark figure of what $4 billion can buy you in today's market, Disney spent, I think it was approximately $4 billion on Star Wars. Now, Star Wars is an insanely massive IP, which, depending on which side of the fence you are on, Disney have either done a good job with or a bad job with. I'm kind of torn, but we won't get into that. That's a different discussion. So this is a massive, massive acquisition if it was to ever go ahead. Now, interestingly, the three people who are involved, Take-Two, EA, and Activision Blizzard, there's two of those I definitely don't want to get their hands on any of this. You could probably figure them out. EA and Activision Blizzard. Take-Two, I've never had any issues with anything Take-Two's done, really. They seem pretty good. But Electronic Arts and Activision Blizzard, they just have some very shady histories of how they've handled IP and business practices in general. So you don't really want those two necessarily getting on that bandwagon. But I did a quick search it was on Wikipedia, not the most reliable source, but I think this is pretty accurate. So Warner Bros. Interactive outwardly, completely owns TT Games, Rocksteady Studios, NetherRealm Studios, Monolith Productions, Avalanche Software, WB Games Boston, WB Games Montreal, and WB Games San Francisco. So there are 8 studios within the whole of Warner Bros. Interactive. That is a big, big, big acquisition. And the other thing, also, as the article alluded to, they do have the rights to Harry Potter. They do have the gaming rights to Harry Potter, which is very interesting. And the other thing as well that they didn't mention in the article, which is also really important, is Monolith Productions, who are part of WBI. They are in charge, or they have recently created the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War games. So they have I don't know if it's classed as the Lord of the Rings licensing rights, or whether it's the Tolkien rights, or whatever it may be. But those two games, ignore the microtransactions drama that Shadow of War had. They were great games. I've played them both and I loved them. They were brilliant. So it's a question of whether Microsoft would be willing to dip in their considerably deep pockets to go after this acquisition and be aggressive with it. Because imagine Xbox making exclusive. Now, some people might not like the fact that they're taking IP that have been multi-plat and making them exclusive, but that's business. Imagine Xbox having Batman to rival Spider-Man on the PlayStation. Imagine having Mortal Kombat as their exclusive fighter to rival Street Fighter or Smash. I know they're very, very different games. Smash and Mortal Kombat in the same conversation, you'd think, no, but they're both fighters, technically. Having the Middle Earth universe as part of Xbox, that's huge. That is absolutely huge. And I don't think this can be understated. Now, at the moment, we have no confirmation whether Microsoft are showing any interest in this deal at all. But don't forget, they have gone very, very deep with money before. They spent approximately $2 billion on the Mojang/Minecraft acquisition. And, that must be making them some decent money, because they wouldn't have seen the value in $2 billion dollar investment if they didn't think they were going to make any money from it. But it's very interesting where this could go, because $4 billion is a lot of money, but it will get you 8 studios, I guess, if that was to be the straight up deal. I know it's probably not as simple and black and white as that. It'll probably be way more complicated. But the problem I think this has, I think it has a classic case of, is the timing wrong? Because Microsoft have already gone out, and over the last 2 years, they've gone and acquired 6 studios and built 2 from the ground up. So they built a whole new second team at Playground, and they built the Initiative from the ground up. And then they obviously acquired Playground, Ninja Theory, Compulsion Games, Undead Labs. No, they acquired 7, haven't they? So those 4, In Exile, Obsidian, and Double Fine. So they've gone and built one complete studio from the ground up. They've built a whole new second team for an existing studio, and they've acquired outright 7 other studios. That's the same, essentially, as this deal, in terms of number of studios. I'm just intrigued whether Microsoft would see the sense in trying to get some of it. Are AT&T willing to break up this monopoly? Would they go, okay, Activision Blizzard, you can have this studio. EA, you can have that studio. Microsoft, you can have this studio, and kind of have like a bit of a bidding war. But I think if Microsoft are going to move for anything out of this whole selection, I think they should move for Rocksteady. I think they should try and get Batman, straight up exclusive on Xbox, either on console or Windows 10. Like, that would be a massive get for them. And if they could get Monolith as well, that would be pretty epic as well. But the other thing that I think might hold this deal up, and this is all speculation. There's no confirmation whether this is happening. There's no confirmation whether they're actually going to be bothered or not. They might have looked at it and go, "Nah, we're right. We've got 15 studios now. We're fine." Because going from 15 studios to 23 studios, that's a big difference. That is a massive difference, and that again brings on it extra costs, overheads, all sorts. Like it's a lot more complicated than just $4 billion. Well, we've got that. Here you go. I think the one thing that will hold this up, though, is the idea of this commercial licensing agreement, the fact that AT&T still want to generate revenue off this sale. I think that could be a stumbling block for Microsoft. I would like to think if Microsoft are going to spend $4 billion on studio acquisitions, they're going to want those IP and they're going to want those agreements just outright. They're just like, AT&T, if you're putting this up for $4 billion, you're getting $4 billion and you're going away. Especially if you're a company who can accrue $200 billion of debt. So, again, all speculation. I don't know whether this will actually happen, but I think it would be very, very good for Microsoft to at least put themselves in the conversation. Because this suddenly brings in some real top-tier IP, like Batman, like the Shadow of War, or Shadow of Mordor, or the Middle-earth games, like Mortal Kombat. You know, that would be a big win for Microsoft, and that kind of elevates the whole first-party platform if they were able to go and get those IPs. And look, Microsoft have gone and been aggressive about getting IPs. You know, that's the whole reason Ninja Theory's on board. Microsoft looked at Hellblade, and they were like, right, this is a great game, this has potential, we want these guys to develop this game for us, so we're going to go get them. And they struck out that deal, you know? So I'm very, very interested to be where this could go. I really, really would love them to get involved in this, but we will have to wait and see if anything comes out. If anything, if Microsoft don't make a move, which is potentially not going to be the case, Take-Two, save everyone and get these studios. Don't let EA have them and don't let Activision have them because, there's going to be problems. We'll move into item number 2. Microsoft files, quote, Xbox Series, end quote, trademark, adding fuel to the fire of a second next-gen console. This comes via GameSpot. Microsoft have filed a new trademark application for Xbox Series, which has sparked renewed speculation that the company is planning to release at least one more next-gen Xbox this year. The trademark application, which was first reported on by Windows Central, can be seen here at the United States Patent and Trademark Office website. The application is for a game console, and the trademark drawing can be seen below, which hopefully you'll be seeing on your screens now if you're watching a video version. This new trademark filing renews the speculation that Microsoft will release another next-gen Xbox alongside the Xbox Series X, which is Microsoft's most powerful console. Like the iPhone has different models that exist under the same iPhone name, it would appear that Microsoft have filed this trademark to pave the way for the company to do something similar with Xbox. The popular rumour is that Microsoft will release a less powerful disc-free version of its next-generation Xbox. The rumoured code name is Lockhart and it is expected to be announced soon, according to reports. Xbox boss Phil Spencer told GameSpot that it might release additional next-gen Xbox SKUs, and the Lockhart console is probably one of them. Obviously, this is a quote by the way, quote, obviously in the name Series X, it gives us freedom to do other things with that name so that we can create descriptors when we need to, end quote, Spencer said in December 2019, all but confirming multiple next-gen Xbox consoles are coming. Now, the one, I've always believed Lockhart was real. There's still some doubters out there, especially on Twitter, and I always believed that this console was real because the evidence stacks up and says, look, there's definitely another console out there. Whether we're going to get it this year or whether we're going to get it in the future, there is definitely another console. Now, the one issue I think Microsoft are going to have now is I don't know whether they were anticipating Sony to produce a PS5 digital version. Obviously, at the PS5 event on Thursday, Sony not only announced the hard disc or physical disc copy of the PlayStation 5, which I really don't like. If I'm going to take any design of PS5, I'd take the digital version because the digital version is symmetrical. The standard version with the disc drive, it's just kind of slapped on the side, and it just looks a bit bulky, and I don't really like it. But the problem is, they've got is the PS5 Digital Edition is apparently exactly the same specs as the standard version, just minus the optical drive. Now, the rumours around Lockhart are that it is slightly less powerful, or it depends on who you listen to. Some people say slightly, some people say significantly less. It's less powerful than the Xbox Series X, which could work in its favour, because that means it could be considerably cheaper than the Series X and considerably cheaper than the PS5. Because I definitely believe, like, Sony might take $50 to $100 cut on the digital edition from the standard edition. I could easily see Sony putting the standard PS5 up for $499 or $500, and the digital version could be anywhere from $450 to $400, right? Now, I could see Microsoft potentially bringing the Lockhart in even cheaper than that, because at the moment the Xbox One X was at $300. So, you know, I think there's wiggle room there for them. But they need to be careful. They need to be really, really careful about how they were to message this Series S/Lockhart, because you don't want to say, yes, it's less powerful, but it's at a detriment to the game. Like, there's no point going out saying, yes, it's less powerful, but the games you play on it are going to look worse than they are on the PS5 or the Xbox Series X. You still need to message and market this right, which is going to be tricky. I think they can do it, but it's going to be very, very difficult. And I think they need to definitely make sure that this is going to be the cheapest point. Like, if you're going to go to town on a Series S and you're going to put a lot of emphasis on the fact that, look, yes, it's slightly less powerful, but the games are still going to be played great. It's still going to do this. It's still going to do that. And guess what? It's $100 to $150 cheaper. That's a big difference. And I think especially now with the ways that so many countries' economies are going, and how the fact that so many people have been furloughed and they're trying to be careful with their money and all this kind of stuff. Like, if you gave me the option of, right, and I've been fortunate, like, I haven't been furloughed from my job, which I'm grateful for, but if you were to give someone who's in that situation the option of, right, here's a $500 console, but here's a $350 console, speculating, but this one plays slightly less powerful, it plays the game slightly at a lower resolution and lower frame rate than the other one, but it's $150 cheaper, it's going to be an interesting conundrum. It's going to be an interesting thought going through your head going, actually, you know what? And I still believe, I've said this consistently, money talks. And I think the cheapest console here is going to have a massive, massive advantage. And I think Microsoft are doing everything they possibly can to wait for Sony to drop their price of the PS5 and go, look, it's $500, it's $450, it's $550, whatever people are speculating. And go, I tell you what, the Series X is actually, and they'll come in less. I definitely believe, based on what Phil Spencer has said previously, that they will come in less. Because they've got the flexibility, they've got the support from Satya Nadella and the other big higher-ups at Microsoft to do that. But we'll have to wait and see. So, this seems official that this Xbox Series line of devices is a real, which suggests that there is more than one, and we will just have to wait and see whether we get a Lockhart, which we definitely will, when we're going to get it, how much it's going to be, and when they're going to announce it, which is going to be interesting, because are they going to announce it alongside all the first-party stuff that they've been doing for July? I'm not sure they should. I think they should do it in its own thing, and give it time to breathe. Give yourself time to message it properly. Don't just latch it on the end when you're supposed to be letting all your first-party games that these 15 Xbox game studios are developing. So, we'll have to wait and see. And finally, number 3. Microsoft resume custom Xbox Live gamerpics and avatars once more. This is kind of a little bit of good news for people out there who are interested in this. Microsoft has restored the ability for Xbox users to upload their own custom gamerpics and avatars. The feature was disabled in March as the firm struggled with an all-time record engagement following the global lockdowns implemented in the light of the coronavirus pandemic. As people look to gaming for social connection, we're seeing record numbers across Xbox Game Pass, Xbox Live and Mixer, Xbox support said at the time the feature was disabled. To streamline moderation and ensure the best experience for our community, we're making small adjustments. We've temporarily turned off the ability to upload custom gamer pics, club pics, and club backgrounds. But as many nations are now easing restrictions, Microsoft is reportedly now able to resume the service. This means you can once again upload custom gamer pics, but as before, you will have to wait for approval from Microsoft's team of moderators before they can go live. So it's kind of nice. I wanted to put this in because it kind of it kind of brings us back to the fact that things are starting to open up again and starting to get back to some kind of normality, although it's going to be a long, long time before we get back to the legit normality that we had around like February, March time. But yeah, so if you are interested in customizing your gaming profile on Xbox Live, you can now do that, but you might have to wait a little bit. And I guess if there's going to be an influx of people in a rush, it might take a couple of days to get things cleared, but who knows. Right, we're going to go into Game Pass Gems now. And there's a lot of news since my last episode, so I'll quickly run through everything. So I'll give you an update of the things that are currently active, and then I'll go through the things that are coming. So, currently live, or recently added, we have Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2 for Game Pass PC. Explore Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2, the latest dramatic story development in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. The Gathering Storm and the 13th Black Crusade serve as the canvas for 3 extensive and dynamic campaigns with high narrative values focusing on the Tyranids, the Necrons, and the Imperium. Explore the systems in the Eye of Terror with or against renewed characters such as Belisarius, Kaul, Guilliman, and more. Battletech, this is for Game Pass PC. The year is 3025. The galaxy is trapped in a cycle of perpetual war fought by noble houses with enormous mechanized combat vehicles called battle mechs. Take command of your own mercenary outfit of mechs and the mech warriors that pilot them, struggling to stay afloat as you find yourself drawn into a brutal interstellar civil war. Upgrade your starfaring base of operations, negotiate mercenary contracts with feudal lords, repair and maintain your stable of aging battle mechs, and execute devastating combat tactics to defeat your enemies on the battlefield. Next, we have Dungeons of the Endless. This is for console and PC. Dungeons of the Endless is a roguelike dungeon defense game offering a retro 2D look with modern 3D graphics. You and your team of heroes must protect the generator of your crashed ship while exploring an ever-expanding dungeon and facing waves of monsters and special events as you try to find their way out. So what could go wrong? Open the door. Kingdom Hearts HD 1.2 and 2.5 Remix. This is for console only. Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix is a HD remaster collection of 6 unforgettable Kingdom Hearts experiences available for the first time with Xbox Game Pass. Join Sora, Donald, and Goofy as they help light overcome the darkness across iconic Disney worlds. Team up with your beloved characters such as Captain Jack Sparrow, Pirates of the Caribbean, Simba the Lion King, Beast, Beauty and the Beast, Ariel the Little Mermaid, and many more. Experience the magic of Kingdom Hearts on Xbox. And you also get, wait for it, Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. This is available for console. Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue is a compilation of 3 Magical Kingdom Hearts experiences that no fan should be without. Experience epic battles as Sora and Raikou begin to prepare for their final battle against Master Xehanort? I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. In the beautifully remastered Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance HD. In Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage, players join Aqua as she struggles to survive against the deceptions and terrors of the dark world. Experience these unforgettable Kingdom Hearts adventures journeys on Xbox. And No Man's Sky is now active. This is for console and PC. Inspired by the adventure and imagination that we love from classic science fiction, No Man's Sky presents you with a galaxy to explore filled with unique planets and life forms and constant danger and action. In No Man's Sky, every star is the light of a distant sun, each orbited by planets filled with life, and you can go to any of them you choose. Fly smoothly from deep space to planetary surfaces with no loading screens and no limits. In this infinite procedurally generated universe, you'll discover places and creatures that no other players have seen before and perhaps never will again. So those are all currently active. Now we've got 2 games that are coming up on the 18th of June. The Bard's Tale ARPG is for console and PC. You are the Bard, a selfish rogue weary of pointless sub-quests and rat-infested cellars. Through magical song, you summon characters to join your quest. Prepare to immerse yourself in over 20 hours of adventure featuring a vast world to explore of towns, wild forests, rivers, castles, towers, secret dungeons, snowy mountains, caverns, haunted tombs and more. Oh, breathe. And the other one, which I'm looking forward to, is Thronebreaker. This is for console. This is, again, June 18th. Thronebreaker is a single-player role-playing game set in the world of The Witcher that combines narrative-driven exploration with unique puzzles and card battle mechanics. Crafted by the developers responsible for the most iconic moments in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, the game spins a truly regal tale of Maeve, a war veteran queen of two northern realms, Lyria and Rivia. Facing an imminent Nilfgaardian invasion, Maeve is forced to enter the warpath once again and set out on a dark journey of destruction and revenge. Now, I'm not done yet, folks. This is a big update. We have DLC and game updates. So you can now officially, by the looks of it, pre-install Grounded, which is going to be an Xbox game preview, so be warned with that. And it's going to be on console and PC from June the 16th. The world is a vast, beautiful, and dangerous place, especially when you have been shrunken to the size of an ant. Explore, build, and survive together in this cooperative survival adventure. Can you thrive alongside the hordes of giant insects fighting to survive the perils of the backyard? Pre-install starting June 16th. Join our community and help shape the future of Grounded in Xbox Game Preview with Xbox Game Pass on July 28th. So it seems like you can pre-install it now, a month in advance, but it won't be active until July 28th. It's always a bit weird when they do things like that. eFootball PES 2020 Euros DLC. Be the first to compete in your own UEFA Euro 2020 tournament. The free DLC for eFootball PES 2020 offers everything you need for a fun summer of football. Select from 55 authentic UEFA national teams and compete against European giants in the official tournament mode. Download the DLC now. And finally, there's also the Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind for console. Available as a free update for Xbox Game Pass members, adventure awaits in this new chapter of the award-winning online series. Morrowind is on the verge of destruction. It's up to you to save it from a deadly Daedric threat. Embark on a dangerous journey through legendary locales, from volcanic ashlands to mushroom-filled forests. If you want to go above and beyond, you can grab the Grey Moor upgrade, which includes Morrowind, Somerset, Elsewhere, and the new Greymoor chapter available now. Whew! Right, that is a lot for Game Pass. We will quickly go to Games with Gold Hoarders. Nothing has changed since the previous episode, but I will remind people. Games with Gold Hoarders, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, available from June the 1st to June the 30th on Xbox One. Coffee Talk, it will be available from June the 16th to July 15th on Xbox One. Destroy All Humans is still available from June the 1st to June the 15th on Xbox One, Xbox 360. And Simora is available June 16th to June 30th on Xbox One and Xbox 360. And that leads us with our Xbox Store stash. Some cool games coming up this week. I'll quickly go through those. Desperados 3 is available June 16th. A story-driven, hardcore, tactical stealth game set in a ruthless Wild West scenario. A good plan can make the difference between survival and finding yourself at the business end of a pistol. Combine your team's special skills to overcome each tough challenge in your own style. Plan your moves wisely and execute them perfectly in real time to sneak past your enemies while remaining undetected. Colt Canyon is available June 16th. Shoot your way through a hostile canyon full of hidden treasures, weapons, obstacles, and all kinds of bloodthirsty scum. Colt Canyon is a stylish pixel art shooter with roguelike elements and real-time combat where you save your kidnapped partner from the ruthless bandits. Disintegration, I'm looking forward to this, June 16th. This is Xbox One X Enhanced. From V1 Interactive, the new 30-person independent development studio founded by Marcus Leto, the co-creator of Halo, comes Disintegration, a sci-fi first-person shooter combining FPS and real-time strategy elements. Pilot a heavily weaponized grav cycle while commanding your troops on the ground as you battle through a thrilling single-player campaign in frenetic PvP multiplayer. Radio Squad, June 17th. A young squid has been cursed. Now it's up to you to lift the curse by reaching the depths of the sea with plenty of coins at the end. Explore deep sea floors while taking care of your enemies by utilising the power of the siren song. Shoot your enemies with projectiles to the beat of the music. Watch out not to get hit by your own shot. For extra challenge, try to bounce off your shots to the wall to hit enemies. Very nice. Session, which is the skateboarding game that was showed off at E3 a while back, is now available in Xbox Game Preview from June the 17th. It's Xbox One X Enhanced. Inspired by the golden era of skateboarding, experience what skateboarding really is, an incredible culture where there are no other goals other than expressing your creativity and achieving success through hard work, perseverance, and bits of madness for no one else other than yourself. Be ready to play the most authentic and grounded skateboarding experience in the most legendary sports on Earth, film, and make the gnarliest skate parts out there. Timberman VS is available June 17th. This is an Xbox Play Anywhere title. Enter the digital forest and discover this classic casual game. Slice and dice trees in an arcade style. Challenge your friends to be the fastest Timberman alive. Timberman features a single-player challenge to test your skills and unlock as much as 56 characters and local games to have fun with your friends. Waking is available June 18th. Combining third-person action and guided meditation. Waking is an emotional adventure through your dying mind. Locked in the darkness of a coma, you dream. In the recesses of your mind, voices call you home, beckoning you towards the light and void beyond. But it's not your time. Battle the forces of oblivion, conjure the memories of loved ones, and join in to fight for your life. That sounds very intriguing. Namco Museum Archives Volume 1 is available June 18th. Gathering Namco's hits and long-lost treasure, each volume of Namco's Museum Archives features 10 historic 8-bit home console versions of arcade hits. Volume 1 contains such classics as Galaxian, Xevious, Mappy, Pac-Man, Dig Dug, and more. And there is also Volume 2, available on exactly the same day, which also includes Dig Dug 2, Galaga, Rolling Thunder, Legacy of the Wizard, and more. Bard's Tale ARPG is available. I've already talked about that one. Hard West Ultimate Edition, June 19th. Xbox One X Enhanced. Welcome to the Wild West as you've never seen before. Follow Warren on his descent into the darkest recesses of the human soul and try to survive in a world full of hard choices and even harder consequences. Because in this world, death is a constant presence, and the black parts which you make with forces beyond human comprehension will forever haunt all those around you. Whew. So there's a lot of games coming this week, guys, or that are already out on Game Pass. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed everything, guys. As always, if you enjoyed this video, then please make sure you leave a like, you head over to InstallationX and subscribe, and you hit that bell for notifications of future uploads. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Follow myself and the channel over on social media with links in the description. And as always, I'm Sykes, and for all things Xbox, stay tuned to InstallationX. Bye, guys.